Rising Peace, Session 7, Episode 7. When peace learned to keep vigil. In the second spring of the war, the nights in Ukraine no longer surprised anyone. Sirens were no longer shocking. Explosions were no longer unbelievable. What shocked people now was how ordinary endurance had become. The first weeks were fueled by adrenaline. Danger was new. Courage was instinctive. But as months stretched into years, another battle emerged. Not louder, not dramatic. The struggle to remain human when exhaustion replaced urgency. When grief accumulated without pause. When hope had to be chosen again and again. This is where peace learned a new discipline: vigilance. In Kharkiv, Ihor worked nights as a caretaker in a building scarred by shelling. 2 upper floors were gone. The stairwells cracked, windows sealed with plastic. His job was simple and endless. Check the generator. Check the heat. Check on the elderly. Every night the same circuit. Every night the same risk. Before the war, he repaired elevators and complained about fuel prices. Now he memorized which tenants could not reach the basement alone. He kept their names in his pocket. Peace did not arrive as comfort. It arrived as responsibility. The Lord will not cast off forever, but though he causes grief, he will have compassion according to the abundance of his steadfast love. Lamentations 3:31-32. These were not verses on banners. They were words carried quietly through the long middle of suffering. One night the power failed. Sirens followed. His phone filled with messages. "Are we going down?" He did not answer immediately. He put on his jacket, took his flashlight, started climbing. On the 5th floor, Helena was already dressed, hands folded in her lap. "I didn't want to be a burden," she said. "You're not," he answered, as he always did. Peace in prolonged war often looks like repetition. In the basement shelter, children slept through explosions. Parents refreshed news feeds. Someone passed weak tea. Someone checked oxygen levels. No speeches. No applause. Only presence. That is how peace keeps vigil. Not by changing the night, but by refusing to abandon it. Across Ukraine, others kept watch. Teachers teaching from shelters. Doctors sleeping in fragments. Farmers planting uncertain fields. The world spoke of fatigue. War fatigue. Compassion fatigue. Inside Ukraine, it felt different. The fatigue being seen only in crisis, not in the long faithfulness that followed. Peace learned to live there, in unseen hours. Ihor wondered how long he could continue. The temptation was not hatred, it was indifference. And indifference is its own battlefield. One morning, after a rare quiet night, he heard birds singing through a broken window. He stood still. Peace was not naive for noticing beauty. It was defiant. Later he found a note taped to the basement wall. "Thank you for staying awake when we are afraid." No name. He folded it and placed it beside the list in his pocket. Rising peace does not always rise dramatically. Sometimes it simply refuses to sleep when others cannot. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for in due season we shall reap, if we do not lose heart. Galatians chapter 6:9. In prolonged war, keeping heart is resistance. When dawn came and the building still stood, Ihor went home. No headlines, no medals, only this hope, that when the war ends, he will still recognize himself. That is what rising peace guards most fiercely. Not borders, not outcomes, the soul. In Ukraine, peace learned to keep vigil, not waiting for war to justify goodness, but practicing goodness until the war is finished. Quiet, costly, unnoticed. That is how peace survives the long night. This is just a summary version of this episode. A full version of the Rising Peace book will be out by spring or summer 2026. If this reflection moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. Share it with someone who is quietly keeping watch. Follow for more episodes from Rising Peace. Deacon Pham.